What's up, you guys? My name is Asher, and today is my 2 months on testosterone. I wanted to do another quick update video for you guys so you could hear some about the changes that I've experienced so far on testosterone. The first thing is my voice. I don't know whether or not you can hear it through the video, but my voice has continued to drop, and it's actually started filling out a little bit more, which I'm pretty excited about. That's, of course, with singing also, that brings in some extra complications there. My singing range has dropped about 1.5 steps since I started testosterone, and it hasn't been dropping consistently, but each of the past 3 lessons I've gone in, my voice has dropped 1/2 step, which has been kind of exciting to see. But that has now also reached the point where I'm starting to have some issues with control, and there are parts of my range that I'm having trouble accurately hitting and finding, especially when I start getting into my head voice. It gets real iffy with whether or not those notes are going to hit, which is a temporary thing, and I've found workarounds for it with breath support, but it makes singing a little bit harder for the time being. As far as other things, the facial hair I'm getting around my chin has started to thicken. It hasn't darkened really at all, but especially when I compare to like my cheeks still to here, this is getting a lot thicker. So hopefully that'll start darkening up some soon. Speaking of hair, my hair is getting darker. My hair color is changing, which actually my hair color changed the first time I went through puberty. It went from a darker brown with some red tones to a bit of a lighter color, and I'm getting more of the red and more of the darkness back. So you can't see it super well, but there's a little bit of a dark line right there that I think hopefully you should be able to see. So I'm pretty excited about that. I did have, what month is it? It's April. I did have a period at the end of March, which was not what I was hoping for, but it was lighter, and I'm hoping that I won't have one at the end of this month. My shoulders, I think, are starting to get a little bit broader. I don't know if you can see it in this video, but along with the muscle mass in my arms continuing to get a little more dense, I think the muscles in my shoulders are growing, so they're starting to look a little bit broader. I have not yet started to get more frequently read as male, but most of my interactions with people who don't know me are at work, and since I work long shifts that are pretty active, I tend to not bind at work, so that's probably part of that as well. The only big thing that I've really changed consciously since the last video is I've switched from doing the androderm patches to testosterone injections. Once a week I'm doing subcutaneous injections, which is just into that small layer of fat before you get to the muscle, so it's a pretty small needle. And I've had a lot of wonderful things with that in not having allergic reactions to something that I'm putting on my skin every day, and also I only have to worry about it once a week as opposed to every single evening and throughout the day to make sure it doesn't fall off. But I also had a few negatives with that. I have a great deal of anxiety around needles, and actually the first time I did the injection by myself, I passed out pretty much as soon as I got the needle out of my leg. I was fortunate that my mom was there to grab it out of my hand before I completely went unconscious. That has not been as bad lately, but I also haven't done the past 3 injections myself. She's done those for me. So I'll be doing my own injection again on Monday, and fingers crossed it will be fine and my anxiety levels will be low enough that I won't have issues with passing out again. This is actually the first time it's happened, but I did my injection on this leg last Monday. Monday is my injection day, and it was quite sore the day after, right in that one spot, and a little bit still today. I'm intending to switch to a different leg next week and sort of alternate back and forth, so hopefully that won't be as much of an issue, but I did notice that I had a little bit of soreness the day after. other than that, things are pretty much the same. I'm only 2 months in at this point, so I'm not expecting a great deal of changes yet. Oh, my body fat is redistributing. I'm, it's been very interesting. I expected, as I went on in my transition and my body fat started redistributing, that my waist size for jeans would go up, because going into transition I was wearing about a 28-30 in men's jeans, and I've actually noticed these are 28-30s and they're a little bit loose on me. I've gained 5 pounds in my transition, but my jeans are kind of loose, which was not what I was expecting. I was expecting the waist size to go up, since most men's jeans are actually higher waist sizes than I am. So that's something that I'm noticing, that, I mean, I'm pretty indifferent to it. It's kind of frustrating to have jeans that don't fit super well, but I guess I should just invest in a belt. But yeah, that's about all of the changes that I've seen at this point. Musically speaking, it's about time for me to start having to rekey my songs, because my voice has dropped enough that those are getting sort of challenging. But there's my update for you guys. Thank you so much for listening. If you haven't yet, I've got videos up for my 1 month on testosterone and for my first day on testosterone. So if you wanted to compare back to those videos, you can go ahead and watch those. I will link to those in the description below. And I'll be back with another one of these on May 19th for my 3-month video. Thanks, guys. Bye.